Are the conditions like out there?
Good morning, guys. You can see the sleet is coming down strong over here. It's hitting us in the face. Doesn't feel too great. Looks like snow, but it's not. It's a little more painful. I'll show you some right here I picked up right off the ground. You can see what kind of Wayne was talking about. It looks almost like sand or little tiny pieces of ice. So it's really slippery. It's hard. You can hear it hitting your cars and everything like that. But you can see here behind me, traffic is moving decently on the highways. The highways are a lot easier to drive on than the side roads because they have been salted and treated and things like that. But the side roads are just completely covered in the sleet. So when you're driving, you're just going to want to be extra cautious today. Give yourself extra room between the vehicles and drive nice and slow. You're also going to want to make sure you're prepared with your clothing because it's just absolutely bone-chillingly freezing out here. I have tons of layers on and I can still feel it. So you just want to be prepared for everything out here. Have your defrosters on because the windshields are freezing up very easily as well. It doesn't seem like there's too many people outside, so keep inside, stay warm, and we'll keep you updated on this winter weather and these road conditions right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
Arata and Edmond this morning. Katie, how's it looking?
Good morning, guys. I'm here on 33rd and Broadway, and the roads are pretty icy. They're sleet covered. I just want to show you here. I have a ruler. I can't even push it in. This is grass. It's so frozen solid, so I can't tell you how much is covering, but it's definitely enough to freeze over. It's got frozen over the night, and it's absolutely freezing out here as well. See, here's a car driving by. They're going a little fast for my liking, but, just take your time on the roads and make sure you're giving yourself extra room between yourself and other vehicles this morning. If you are driving on the highways, they do seem to be a lot better than these roads behind me. These are a lot more covered with the sleet, but on the exit and on ramps, there's a little more sleet. So we'll keep you updated on these road conditions in this winter weather right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
You see how are things changing? Are you seeing even just a little bit of melting out there?
Yeah, good morning, Adam. The roads are starting to not melt necessarily, but since there's so much traffic going over them, they're starting to break up a little bit, but it is very slippery still, and the cars are still slipping, so nothing crazy. But I'll show you just how frozen and icy it is out here. We're like in the middle of a parking lot. Look at this sign here. It must have fell last night. It's so frozen, I can't even get it out. Here comes a little bit, but it's like completely frozen under there. There's a little wooden prod that was on it, completely frozen, and we can't even tell where is the grass and where's the concrete because it's so frozen out here. It feels like a little ice skating rink. Having fun slipping around out here, but it is really cold and slippery, so keep that in mind if you do leave your house today. Definitely stay bundled up and walk nice and slow and drive nice and slow. We'll keep you updated on these conditions right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
Is live checking out some of the bad spots in the metro. What are you seeing, Katie?
Yeah, good morning, guys. I'm here on 33rd and Kelly, and these roads are just still covered in ice and sleet. And you can see here on the sidewalk, it looks like an ice skating rink. It's rock solid. There's nothing breaking through here, and it's really slippery. I mean, we're almost slipping out here. I know, like Danielle said, I had some issues driving into work this morning. Just trying to stop was an issue for me, and I was going slow. So if you're making a commute this morning, definitely going to want to take it slow. Give yourself that extra time when you leave the house this morning. Give yourself extra space between yourself and other vehicles. And just keep in mind that these roads are still icy, and now it's turning into the black ice that we were all talking about earlier this week. You can't see it sometimes, but it's still there, and it's really, really slippery. It's really cold out here, so this ice is it's slippery, and you don't want to be stuck in it. So just make sure you're being safe out here today. We'll keep you updated on these road conditions right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
And we're continuing to get updates.
Going on and a big time issue. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, as you can see here behind me, we have lots of fire crews and they're using all different types of equipment here to try to clean up or get this fire out on this semi here. Not sure exactly what happened. Definitely we think it has to do with the roads, obviously. There was a fire. The fire is still going on in the semi there. All I know is that one person was transported to the hospital, but we're not sure on any other details of the wreck. But as you can see here, traffic is just blocked off right here. So there's traffic backed up for miles and miles down here. This is I-40, the eastbound lane, completely blocked off. Mile 109. We're kind of closer to Calumet, but you can see there's tons of crews here working, trying to get this wreck cleaned up. There's water tanks that they're using to get the water for the fire, trying to get the fire out, and tons of police officers working on this right now. We'll keep you updated on this wreck if there's any updates right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
5's Katie Arata has your back and is live at City Hall with more. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, guys. The OKC City Council will be voting on 39 recommendations for improving the Oklahoma City Police Department in 8 different areas. Those areas include de-escalation, community accountability, mental health care response, and officer wellness. The list was put together with input from the Mayor's Law Enforcement Policy Task Force and the Community Policing Work Group by the Chicago-based consultant 21CP Solutions. Council will also be voting on an increase not to exceed $200,000 to 21CP's contract, which would allow a 21CP employee to oversee and manage the implementation process. Now, if the council accepts these recommendations, they'll go into the process of implementation, and that process will look different for each recommendation. We'll keep you updated right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
Katie, thank you. Starting today.
Well, it looks like they're still working on it. You can see the smoke still kind of billowing out there. They are working on unloading the truck, the semi, whatever's in there. And you can see the front of the semi there is just completely, the cab of it is completely burned down. So it seems like they're still working hard to get that fire out here. We don't know exactly what happened yet, but one person was transported via ambulance. And you can see here there's multiple fire department, police officers all blocking off the I-40 eastbound road lane here. Both lanes are blocked off. You can see traffic has just been at a complete standstill now for at least the past 45 minutes to an hour. Don't know exactly how much longer it will be at a standstill. Seems like they're working hard to get this fire out, but it is hard to get out. And you can see it's still snowing. These roads are still icy. So if you can stay home and avoid all of this, definitely do that. But we'll keep you updated on this situation right here on Fox 25. Back to you.
25's Katie Arata is live near Northwest 10th and Class. And Katie, you just spoke with firefighters. What did they tell you?
Yeah, Jasmine, I just spoke to the fire chief, and he told us that the fire started right here in the basement, as you can see behind me. The fire is now out, and they said they got it out in just a couple of minutes. They said they believe that a homeless person was probably in the basement trying to stay warm, started a fire, and it started to spread. When they got here, they did their search, and there was nobody here, so there were no injuries reported, which is always good news. And they said that there's just slight damage to the building, as you can see here, but this building was under renovation, so, you know, they're still working on that. But as you see, the fire department is now gone and the road is open once again. So we'll keep you updated here on Fox 25. Back to you.
Fox 25's Katie Arata is live at City Hall right now. Katie, when can we expect this vote?
Good morning, Wayne. The council is still in the chamber meeting behind me here, but that vote is expected in any minute now on 39 different recommendations in 8 different areas within the consent docket. Now, during the meeting, multiple OKC residents spoke up in support of these recommendations. The 8 areas with recommendations for the OKC: community accountability, mental health call response, officer wellness, crisis training, violence interruption, youth outreach, and homelessness. The list was put together with input from the Mayor's Law Enforcement Policy Task Force and the Community Policing Working Group by the Chicago-based consultant 21CP Solutions. Council will also be voting on an increase not to exceed $200,000 to 21CP's contract, which would allow a 21CP employee to oversee and manage the implementation process. Now, if the council accepts these recommendations, the city will move on to the implementation process beginning today. We'll keep you updated on that right here on Fox 25. Back to you.